Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our Blindspot Season 5, Episode 3 reaction. It's an episode that really feels like it's kind of progressing things forward, not to a point where we're actually getting like any huge answers on anything other than this. Did you know that Madeline is the worst? Because I think I probably knew this, but still, seeing her just shoot Brianna in that way with White's just kind of just like chilling there, it's just like, come on.
I think that was really necessary at this point because there had to be that moment to break Weiss. It was time. It was coming.
This was just it was a tough episode for the guy. I feel for him. He is now just like a shell of a man, but
Yep.
we'll go through that. We'll talk about what's going on with Jane, the rest of the team, Jane's dream sequences, what to sort of make from some of that. But before we do, if you guys do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any other updates. I know the Blindspot is not the story of one Matthew Weitz, but to me, like, this was actually the most compelling part of the episode.
Yeah, it was really compelling. Like, we've seen Weiss been, like, sort of course, toting that line of, can I still help the team while also balancing what's going on with Madeline and all of that? And can I kind of keep under the radar? I think he knew it was dangerous and that everything that he was doing was dangerous and could get him in trouble. But I think he really didn't understand how disposable he is and how easily that she can do it herself. Not even send people after him, but do it herself. She has no problem with that. She will get rid of him when it is time and his usefulness is over. And I think in a lot of ways he needed to see that because he has been playing with fire, and while now it's just Brienne who's gone over the edge here.
Yeah.
Next it will be him, and it could have been him this time, and we would have lost him as well. So I mean, I hate to see him ending up like this, where he's kind of a shell of the man that he was, and it was fun to see him work, trying to help out the team and everything, but it really continues to raise the stakes to show him really how powerful she is and how dangerous this is.
This is also like a great page from like the straight up villain handbook that exists out there. There's one page that is basically go to your hero's hometown and burn it to the ground, but then on the next page of things villains do is kill someone right in front of the hero and just make them so emotionally distressed that they can't do anything else.
Yeah.
That is where we are with Weitz at this point. And also, we kind of get a better sense as to Madeline's sort of end game here, where it feels like she's really trying to angle for a spot on a political drama coming up where she finds a way to seize power and become the vice president. This is not going to end well for pretty much anyone in America if somehow Madeline ends up getting that position.
No, but I still look back and I'm like, how did she end up in the position she ended up in now? I mean, there's so much evidence around her that it's just everyone's so corrupt that this could happen. Madeline VP.
Madeline is so messy. It is so bizarre that this is kind of where they are, but hey, this is a show that, well, I guess wanted to make things as dangerous as humanly possible for Jane and the team.
Yeah, and speaking of dangerous, or more so just dark, so we saw them bring somebody back to their bunker to get information. That was sort of the whole thing of this episode, to figure out what was going on. That moment where the team suggested to wipe his memory with Zip was so dark, to say something like that in front of Jane. And I know everybody is desperate, so I'm giving everyone a pass. But it was such a dark moment to see them actually suggest that, knowing what she went through, knowing what she's done, and then to suggest to do that to another person. When she was giving that speech, she was just like, we're going to take away the only thing that this man cares about, which is his family. We're just going to take that away from them. Like, what? It was such a powerful scene.
It's It's one of those sort of things where I think there are a lot of shows that do like memory wiping of certain characters, and a lot of them do it kind of comedically, but then when you actually think about what you're really doing to someone,
Yeah.
it is just so dark and terrible, and it sort of is one of these things to having your memory being gone is one of the worst consequences I think that can happen. Another one is just somehow you being forgotten. Like I've seen certainly shows in the past where characters are just plucked out of the timeline and no one remembers they even existed.
Yeah, I mean, the whole idea of losing your memory in Zip just reminds me of Alzheimer's and dementia and people who go through this and watch their memories leaving them. It is a terrifying thing. It's one of the worst things that's out there.
And I feel like for Jane in particular, she's someone who struggles with sort of the idea of what is real versus what isn't real, because she hasn't even always been fully herself. I mean, we've certainly seen the Remy arc play through on this show already, and
Yeah.
it's funny because the last episode, it was so comedic in a way because I just wanted to sit here and just cheer Bill Nye and pretend to sing the theme song in my head so we don't get demonetized and like all this sort of stuff. But it's like this episode is just like such the other extreme. It's a reminder of just like everything Blindspot can do, and it's always like merging together these different genres.
Yeah, it was a much darker episode. I mean, we had a little bit of comedy with Rich and his coffee machine, which I can completely appreciate. We love coffee, so this was a really fun storyline. But yeah, the Zip thing was really dark. We saw what was going on with Jane and these dreams. Like it seems that she's having some sort of manifestation of her guilt of sort of everyone who's died under her watch, and her feeling like she's responsible for this stuff. You know, the bodies are piling up and they're kind of on her watch is what she's feeling. So on top of everyone's on the run and all the stuff that's going on, she's piling more and more on top of herself. And I'm very interested to see if this is going to continue on through the rest of this season, where it's going to kind of affect what's happening, almost like what's happening with Tasha. You know, she is also having guilt upon guilt on top of her, where she's freezing in the field. She's expecting to see Reade there. He's not there. And she's starting to be like, oh man, I have a bad feeling about this, which is that she's lost him.
It's really a reminder of how everyone deals with sort of pain and loss differently, where I think Jane, she is sort of internalizing it, and even subconsciously it's coming through in the dreams. And I really liked how they did the dreams, because you would have this moment where, oh, here it's a party. There's champagne. Everyone's having a good time. Oh, here comes Rich with the coffee. Okay, he wasn't actually there with the dreams doing that, but anyway,
He is in your dreams.
Yeah, Rich, you can make me coffee any day of the week, but you would see it would be these happy moments, and it would be like, oh no, here's Madeline. She's here too. This is not a good dream anymore. And I like how they did it, the unexpected twist, because everybody's done the dream trope like 2,000 times.
Yep.
It's nice when it's done a little bit differently. I do think it is an expression of sort of how she's afraid that every person around her is going to die, and that she's got all this weight on her shoulders, and she's going to feel responsible. And even if one of them survives, they could still maybe hold some of this against her, where maybe they'll be there for her, but maybe they will be thinking, oh, you're the person who's taken out everyone else who I've loved.
Yeah, and so I'm sure she's holding on to some of that guilt. I mean, obviously what's going on with Tasha, she may be taking on some of that as well, that maybe Tasha is feeling like Jane is the center of everything that has happened, so now it comes on her, which is obviously not the case. But when we're beating up on ourselves, we don't look at things clearly, right? And it feels like there is a bit of that starting now, and I kind of wonder if this does continue, are we going to sort of get to that moment where she decides to kind of break away from everybody and is like, you know what, I gotta do this last part by myself, because if any of you guys get killed, it's gonna be on me. I can't lose Weller, I can't lose any of you guys, so, you know, peace. And I'm kind of a little bit worried that we may have a little bit of that. And I say worried because as much as I like kind of Rogue Jane, I like the team.
I like the team. Not to get too down on it, but I miss Reade a lot. I was really thinking about that a lot in this episode. And yeah, I think there's about a 95% chance at some point this season Jane is just going to take off from everyone, try to do it front with herself. But in true blind spot magic, I want to believe the team will secretly be there to help her.
Yep.
And that eventually we're going to build towards some sort of happy ending, ... eventually.
Yeah, I mean, we unfortunately don't have that many episodes left.
Yeah, I think we'll get there with everyone, but I think this is probably going to get worse for everyone before it gets better. The good news, I guess, is that it seems as though Patterson has been able to possibly get enough information together to at least present a case that could get them back closer to clearing their names. Not exactly there, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's all going to be a process. So step by step, we're going to get something. It seems like they found quite a lot on that little drive that was in that guy's arm.
Who knew there could be so much information in somebody's arm? Like, I really did not know.
No, I thought that was really cool. I never, would have thought of something like that. So, and which is one of the things that I like about this show. It's very imaginative that way. I even like Jane being like, oh yeah, I used to, hide, lock picks or whatever in my arm. I was just like, so what, everybody's doing this? I'm not doing this.
I can't even hide muscles in my arm. I can't do anything with that. They're just good for typing. Okay, I'll give you my 3 favorite moments comedically in this episode.
All right.
We have the explicit mention of not just Bill Nye, but Bill Nye the Science Guy, which I don't think they've actually given him his full proper name on the show all that often.
No, that was good. And it was a good way that he even, Weiss was saying it to her, Bill Nye the Science Guy? He is harmless. What are you talking about?
If it wasn't for the fact that I know that Weitz was trying to help the team, I would have been very offended by the condescending way in which he mentioned Bill Nye the Science Guy, like he was some sort of just nothing. It's like, this man defined the childhoods of millions of people. All right, no. Otherwise, of course, number 2, Rich.com and the coffee. But I don't want to just gloss over this because the coffee maker scene came so quickly afterwards, but the commentary about Rich talking about Weller and the vein in his shirt was flying open. It was just like, Rich, you may have thought about this too much already.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. He's maybe had too much coffee already.
Yeah.
And now he's just admitting things at a lightning speed.
That was one of those moments where Blindspot, they could have known, they could have let us kind of sit on that for a little longer, but they were, nope, we're just going to keep on going right through this. All right then. But it was a dark episode. It's one that I think has a lot of things that are important. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it has anything that really feels anywhere close to conclusive. I still believe in you, Weitz. I know you're feeling a little bit nervous right now, but come on.
I think he's going to be in a really broken position now. I mean, knowing that he will be the next person that's dead. I don't see how he's going to be able to kind of break away from that without getting caught. He's going to get caught. Everybody's watching him.
I've got a suggestion for him. Just find a mug and go get some Rich.com coffee.
How is that helping?
And it will make you feel motivated. It really is not, but I have no idea how he's going to get out of this, so I'm just going back to the coffee.
Yeah, no, I don't know any other way he's really going to get out of this. I think he is really up the creek right now, and that we are just going to end up seeing him be pretty broken.
I think,
Which I think is where he actually needs to be right now, because with everything that he's done, I mean, he is such a really interesting character because he has done some stuff, but he's also helped the team, and he has been someone that's been all over the place. So to have him in a position now where he basically has to really take a time out and think about what he's done is kind of important for rebuilding him into who he's going to be.
Yeah, I just hope the next 2 episodes aren't like him just huddling in a corner, listening to sad music by himself. It's just I know he's broken. I hope he gets through it.
He will not be in a corner listening to Coldplay. Nobody wants to do that.
Okay, okay, all right. Let's cool your jets a little bit here. Some people like to do that here and there. It is okay. It is you are welcome here on the channel from at least one of us. But anyway, one last thing we should address: the preview. They really want to make us think that Reade is coming back.
Reade!
I don't think he's actually still alive.
Okay, no, I think he's gone as well. But I have definitely seen the theories out there that maybe he's behind putting the tattoo up in Times Square. I'm not sure. I really think no. I feel 97% that he's gone. But the show does like to do some sort of twist here and there. It's just we saw the body, and when you see the body, it's done. I mean, if there was no body, it was just like, oh, he was under some rubble. We never saw him. Then I'd be like, all right, he's probably alive still. But we watched him die, so he's gone.
I think it's probably a flashback, a dream sequence, just something else that maybe somebody wants to see. But
yeah, I'm kind of wondering if maybe we saw Tasha going through this stuff in this episode where she's having a lot of just missing him and guilt about it and just regrets and all that sort of dizziness feeling that we saw. I'm kind of wondering if maybe they're gonna have a bit of a hallucination coming in where she's gonna start seeing him, that her grief is gonna manifest into us getting a couple of scenes with Ghost Reade kind of like in her mind.
Yeah, they've already...
Which is good.
Yes.
In some ways, because at least we get him back.
Yeah, we get him back, and I know they've said he's going to be back some shape or form, so maybe the Ghost Reade is all we have, but I will take Ghost Reade. For now, though, what did you guys think about this episode of Blindspot? Did it meet your expectations? Are you worried about Weiss? And do you want some of Rich.com's coffee? Let us know in the comments. And if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking the link in the description to the store. And we'll see you here next time.